No presidential election in Ukraine till war ends. Zelensky.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has ruled out the possibility of elections being held amid the ongoing war with Russia. Ukrainian law states that presidential elections may not be held while martial law is in place. While the actor-turned-politician's tenure is slated to end in March next year, he is likely to remain at the helm for the remainder of the war. If we have martial law, we cannot have elections. The Constitution prohibits any elections during martial law. If there is no martial law, then there will be. Well, the law says that according to the Constitution of Ukraine, after martial law ends, I think, in 90 days, elections are held. It's something like that. I don't remember actually, he had told the Washington Post during an interview last month. In recent days, Russia has been left shaken by a near rebellion that saw members of the mercenary Wagner Group march towards Moscow. A video of well-known Ukrainian drone commander, Magyar, watching the revolt while eating enormous amounts of popcorn went viral. The mercenary chief later said that the march was a protest aimed at bringing to account those responsible for enormous mistakes in Russia's war in Ukraine, as well as to prevent the destruction of his private army by officials.
This post received a score of 12,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Ukrainian law states that presidential elections may not be held while martial law is in place. While the actor-turned-politician's tenure is slated to end in March next year, he is likely to remain at the helm for the remainder of the war. With both countries showing no signs of backing down, and peace talks yet to resume, it remains unclear exactly when polls can be held.
At least he's citing a law that already exists instead of just making one up.
This headline should read, "No presidential election in Ukraine, until after war's end. Ukraine's constitution."
But then they would lose all the clickbait people.
Headlines like this are aimed at grabbing the attention of conspiracy morons. This article will more than likely be circulated among the conspiracy and conservative circles, and since none of those morons actually read anything but the headline, they're going to go, "See, we were right about him."
Man, I can't believe Zelensky went back in time to bribe the people who wrote the Constitution for this exact scenario to happen.
Well, he is Jewish and they already have space lasers, so what's a little time travel to them? Yes, obviously.
A Jew inventing time travel is literally the plot to Red Alert. And the name of that time-traveling Jew? Albert Einstein.
Meanwhile, Russia has elected the guy who got elected a whole bunch of times and then changed the law in his favor.
And only got elected for committing acts of terrorism against his own people.
And has a habit of locking up people running against him.
And poisoning, windowing the rest.
Defenestrate, I think it's the word you are looking for, friend.
Yeah, but windowing rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, if you have Welsh DNA in your tongue muscles.
The Russians would attack busy polling stations to kill civilians.
Political activity and press freedom is limited by law at wartime, and it makes total sense. You can't have free and fair elections without that. And it's good that he is not trying to. Elections would benefit him now.
Greater than elections would benefit him now. I mean, I'm pretty sure almost everyone would vote for this guy when the war ends too. He's basically becoming their greatest national hero of all time.
The UK and others also suspended elections for the duration of WW2. If they still suspend elections after the end of hostilities, I'll criticize them. During an actual full-scale war with an enemy actively bombing their cities and destroying civilian infrastructure, and in which it would be unsafe and impractical to hold debates or even open polling stations? Are you mad? The Russians would bomb them. They bomb hospitals, of course they would bomb any rally, debate, and polling stations. At least it's a real emergency, unlike the fake emergencies used by dictators to justify suspending political rights.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.